Hi, this is Sandy from the Cat Spa. I'm working on Cassidy, a real pretty, sweet Maine Coon girl. And I'm going to show you the prep work that we go through before I give her a bath. I want you to take note how chunky her coat is, and it's all separated, and it's not silky looking. So I'm just kind of looking her over right now. And then the first thing I generally do is clip their toenails. She's a very compliant kitty, but she's very wiggly. So you can see how I maneuver and use my body in some places, and I will point that out to you, to get the job done without restraining her too much, and I'm keeping her comfortable. There's a little flick of a tail there. I'm aware of that. But she doesn't seem to escalate. That's why I don't have a green e-collar on her at this point. And actually, I don't think I use one on her at all. So here she's getting pretty wiggly, but I did the left hind foot. Now I'm going to the front foot. And if you notice, I have my hand on top of her head, and I'm pushing her head away from my hand when I do that. Now here, when I go over to do her right foot, you will notice I do push her head away, but my arm is laying on her body, and it's kind of holding her body in place. Actually, not right now, but that is something I tend to do. With there I go. I put my arm on her body to keep her in place. And I get those done. I always find that the left rear hind foot is the hardest to do. And here she's getting pretty wiggly. So I'm going to try to do it the normal way. I like to groom on the table, but here she's getting super wiggly. And she's like, nope. All right, so now I'm going to try it a different way. So I'm going to roll her on her back, and there she goes. She wiggled right away from me. So I'll bring her back. I'm going to reposition her.
Wait.
Same thing. I'm going to put her on her back. I give her a little kiss. Let her know she's okay.
You finish your toenails.
And I did that foot already, so I go into the other hind foot. And she's letting me do it in this direction. So I'm looking to see what her sanitary looks like. I need to do a sanitary trim on her. But the first thing I do is shave her little bum. And I'm using an Artero Spectra clipper with a 10 blade. And I'm going to go a little bit over the rectum and turn around and go to the rectum, and on either side. You never see, and she's like, no. So she's on her side now, so I just go with it. And I'm just going a little bit on either side of the rectum. You'll notice I'm going to flip my clipper in a minute, and never going right over her genitals. I'm going from side to side. So that now I'm going to do inside the back leg. I'm going to go up inside the thigh, and then I'm going to come down and over that muscle there and clean that all out nice and clean. And I'm going to the dip of the hip. I know it's hard to see here, but I go to the dip of the hip and up. Okay. Get that all cleaned out, and then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to gently flip her around. Now, tuck her head under my arm, and I'm holding her whole body with my forearm. So I'm keeping her in place. And now I'm coming down, and I'm doing the inside of the opposite leg. Same thing. And just connect the dots. If the tail is really bothering you, you could pull the tail up like what I just did, and I'm hanging on to it. And then I'm going to do a straight line across from the dip of the hip over to the dip of the hip. That is a sanitary clip. So I'm just kind of touching up some points there that I need to clean up. All right. Now I'm feeling a mat there. That's what I'm doing. I'm kind of looking her over and see what I'm dealing with. A greasy, flaky coat. Looking where the problem areas are. I'm going to look at her armpits, which aren't too bad. She kind of likes that. And you can see the sanitary trim there now. Seeing if there's any matting on her belly I need to deal with. And you notice I, reach up and give her a little scritch every now and then. That's a big mat I pulled up that I got to comb out. And just here, you're okay, girlfriend. And then chin acne. That's what I'm pointing to now. It's like, they're like little black heads that cats get sometimes. Generally, it's caused by feeding them in plastic dishes where the bacteria gets in the plastic and irritates the skin. So changing to glass or stainless steel dishes will help to